Today we're gonna go to a place called Coba Kedai Kopi, which is a Coba coffee house. And here, this is a shot of me sitting there and doing this video for you guys. These are all the folks that I'll sketch with today. The weekend sketches. Let's go. This is the first sketch that I was trying to do. My idea was to play around with some design concept for the 5 kettle. Well, I think we can call this sketch 5 kettles at Coba Kedai Kopi. So anyway, I'm just gonna simply scribble the 5 sketches. They are slightly tilted differently.
Managed to get
although
what?
they look very similar. By the way, I'll put a link to the description for you to download the photograph and try the sketch yourself. You can try various elements of design.
You play with family or friends or what?
You can basically try it, by using different line quality, different
But
shades,
this one I haven't used for maybe a week.
color texture and stuff like that. If you have not seen my book launch for pre-order, I will put a link right here. The book that I described the 7 elements of design for urban sketches, if you like. It covers space, line, shape, form, color, value, and texture.
The trouble is,
play
how do
around
you
with
make
to try
5 equal
differently
thing
using
looks different?
those 7 elements. As I draw the sketches, I'm conscious that I will have to do something interesting. Otherwise, 5 kettle in a row, straight and perpendicular with the base, running against the paper, it's not going to be very interesting. So I was thinking, alright, I'll make the 2 kettles to the left light with black
How would you
or
design
darker black
differences
background, and I will make the 3 kettles
I'll give you
on
my
the
version
right
in a while.
dark with light background, or at least that's the plan of attack, from a design perspective. While I'm drawing, let me just talk about my very busy weekend. Well, I had a good time over the weekend. I had basically, go for the Singapore Air Show. Lots of flybys. Let me just show you some of these. We were out on the boat, and it was kind of nice out there in the boat, watching the show from the sea. Anyway, back to the drawing. Like I said, I'll put a link to the photo of this 5 kettle so that you can go try it. You might even want to try it with different colors. As you can see, they are not the same colors. There's grey, there's blue, there's cobalt blue, and there's light turquoise blue. But of course, you could take liberty with the color, like what I'm going to try to do. And playing with the texture is my intent. It is very sketched, and I think you might see that. I'm somehow succeeded in some way, but I didn't kind of get to the plan like I described with 2 light kettle and 3 dark kettles. That didn't quite work out as I planned it. Okay, let's start to color this. I'm going to take some liberty with the color. I'm going to try to use dark blue with all kinds of blue being thrown in as well. There's going to be French ultramarine, there's going to be cobalt, and I'm going to use lots of water, let it flow around a little bit, and I might even drop a hint of permanent alizarin crimson, and a dash of lunar black, just to give it variety. Basically, I'm not going to be strict with precision of the color, because the intent is to create dark kettles. At least the first 3 kettles that I'm going to put colors, it's going to be darker than reality, if you like. So as you can see, I'm throwing in all kinds of colors. I think I might have to warm it up because it's a little bit too cool, so I'm going to drop in some queen gold, as well as queen burnt orange, as well as some sienna, burnt sienna. So I think using those 2 colors kind of work because they're complementary, orange and blue, and by using the darker version of the brown, if you like, I think it's queen gold, a bit of burnt sienna and a dash of Cabozel violet. That gives it the dark sort of, shadow part of the board that's holding up the 5 kettle. And now I'm going to use a little bit more orange mix. In other words, a little bit more queen gold, a little bit more queen burnt orange to give the texture of the bricks, if you like, leaving judiciously the white between the bricks. At all times, I'm kind of worried about leaving some patterns so that to make the bricks believable, basically. I'm not even looking at the photo anymore. I'm just trying to leave white between bricks and to give it that sort of texture, if you like, of a traditional brick wall. Sometimes when you're distracted by too much detail or too much reality, your sketch may just be goofed up because you're too worried about the little details that you actually do not have an eye on the design on the page. Your eyes needs to be on the kettle. Yes, when you're urban sketching, it's always preferred to be looking at the subject, not on your sketch. But sometimes you need to have a good design in mind. Design trumps everything. So by having a good design, you will make the sketch work, regardless of how well you kind of draw or how well you kind of paint it. So keep in mind that design is everything. Design is the gravity that holds everything together, the entire sketch. It brings all the elements of design into the centerfold, if you like. So hopefully it is clear at this point that you see that I intentionally leave the 2 kettle on the left much lighter, and the 3 kettles on the right is meant to be darker than the background, which I failed to do. They have all kind of become mid-tone, if you like. So I kind of have to fix that in some ways. Let's see whether I can rescue this while I splatter some paint on the sketchbook to give it some texture. So as I look at the sketch at this point, I'm evaluating it, and I'm thinking, am I giving it enough dark? Is there enough form? In other words, 3 dimension to the kettle, and is there enough interest with the texture? So I'm going to try to go in with a bit more, dark, if you like, to give it a bit more three-dimensional sense, form, if you like. That's the technical word. And I'm using, very sort of small shapes, dark drops, which consists of lunar black, a bit of Cabozel violet, a bit of French ultramarine, even a hint of permanent alizarin crimson, which makes it a bit of a purple mix, if you like. And those combinations, those dark, I'm thinking in terms of values or dark at this point, trying to create the sort of depth, three-dimensional popping of the objects, and I'm thinking, okay, how do I create even more reality? So if you look at a photograph, it's quite clear where the shadows are because it is harsh shadow. There's a bright light, the source of bright light is shining on these metal kettles, and so the darks are very obvious in that sense. I'm also sort of popping in some texture to the objects underneath the kettles, and they are just going to be treated very simply without much details, if you like. It's just to provide a bit of interest other than just the kettles, but it's just to create some interesting I guess shapes, if you like. I'm playing with dark on light and light on dark. The holes, as you can see in front, they are dots of dark, dots on white, and then in the shadow part, the holes are left intentionally lighter. I'm using lines right now to kind of draw the baskets on the left hand side at the bottom part. Again, not going to do too much, just to hint, right? And that's kind of all I'm going to do. So that's it. That's my lazy Sunday weekend sketcher sketch, if you like. I'm not going to have too much fuss. I'm going to drop in more splatter and more texture with some cat color, cadmium red, cadmium orange, and cadmium yellow. That's kind of it. All right. So let's go and disturb some other sketches. Let's go look at some of the other sketches and what they're up to. Jeff's work. Priscilla's work. Okay, say hi. Hi, say hi. Panga's work. And say hi. Say hi. Oh, there's even a rooster running around in this place. In Singapore, you can find wild chicken running around. I'm a rooster. This is my friend. The row of sketches. Oh, that's Regina. Hello, 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 hello. Hi.
Hello.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's very nice. Good job. So I decided to do a bit of more touch up after I went and disturbed all the sketches. I decided to separate some of the shape with my fountain pen, just redraw some of the lines that's lost, create a bit more definition on the shape, create a bit more separation between shapes, draw some lines to give indications of form, and so on and so forth. So I think I'm kind of done. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a very simple outing in a very hectic weekend. I hope I've given you some tips, and if you like, you can try to draw the 5 kettles yourself. The photograph, as I said, is in a link in the description. So this is Whee Teck out for this week. I hope you have a good week ahead, and stay safe wherever you are. Bye.